So yeah, I feel old. I know I talked about this before, but I will still talk about it again. I feel old. Feel like an ancient fossil. Not because of the previous videos reasons. They're completely different. I talked about the fact that I don't use any other social media outside of YouTube. And that's true. But I just realized the reason I don't. The reason is I can't. I just can't make them. It's just a skill issue. At this point, I just don't have the skill to make them at this point. Like I tried to make a Discord and it frazzled my mind so hard. I can't tell you how. I was one of them octogenarians being like, boop, boop. This should have worked. I didn't work. Moves his glasses. What? What the hell? Why didn't it work? And I'm just sitting there and being like that. And if there's any of them old folk watching this, I understand your pain, man. It's hard feeling stupid. And boy, howdy, I felt stupid as can be. Just sitting there and being like, what? How do you make one of them Discords? Because I never made an actual account. I've never made a social media account whatsoever. So this was just new ground. Like I was like, huh. So you should. I think it needs your Google account, but I already put my Google account, but it didn't work. What the hell am I doing wrong? What the hell? And just procrastinating for 6 hours and being like, my God, sucks. It sucks so much ass, so bad. I can't even do this. And I shit you not, my attention span just was like, work or I'm leaving. And it took me literally maybe 20 minutes. And it was like 20 minutes of just fiddling around. And it didn't work at the end. That's not what happened. I just gave up. And I tell you, perfect specimen of old and new. New enough to not have the attention span to make an account, and old enough not to understand how to. Man, and I stress this again. I'm not an old fart. I'm not old. Though it may seem like that, though I'm talk about the fact that I feel old, it doesn't mean I'm old. Don't you dare call me old. Oh my god, that feels bad. Just sitting there and being like, ooga booga, press this. No, ooga booga, there's no result. Whoa. And just waiting there for like 10 minutes and being like, this should have worked. Why didn't it work? And man, I don't know what went wrong there. So yeah, I think I would maybe try it again today, but that's a solid maybe. I don't have a proper idea of how should I approach this, which is a real sad thing, honestly. I genuinely feel so old just there sitting there and being like stupefied, looking at how the hell this should have worked. What the hell? It didn't work. Discord. What the hell? What is this? What do you do? How do you do? Don't make sense. It don't make no sense. And just me sitting there and being just just baffled, flabbergasted at how my genius didn't work. I tell you, like I went to the login, and I guess you can't really log in if you don't have an account. So I went to the sign up and made an account, and then that didn't know what to do after that. That's it. I was like, no, it should have worked. Why didn't it work? God damn it. And that was that. Nothing else. I just was just like stupefied there and just sitting there and being like, oh my god, I'm old. I'm old. You know the silver lining of this cloud? I can make a video about it. Oh, that's great. Ah, yes. And that was my thought process. Man, it hey, I'm going to eventually make an old man video yapping about some stupid thing that people do. And boy howdy, I don't think it's going to be really that far away, because in the works I have a video planned about memes. And boy howdy, I just realized the fact that it would probably sound like an old man whining about the world ain't like it was before. It ain't like my time when we went uphill both ways and it barefoot in the snow to reach school. It's not like that. No, it's not like our time. No, and being like that. And honest, I have to preface this. I'm not an old man. As far as my age is concerned, I'm not old, but I just feel old because boy howdy, it's either I'm out of the loop or I'm just not in it, because most of the shit that I think of being new, youngin stuff that young folk do, it's mostly locked behind social media, and I don't have any other social media except of YouTube. And my YouTube looks very interesting, and it doesn't give me any sort of, well, it eventually gives me relevant news eventually. Like boy howdy, I feel like I'm ancient when I really get any sort of story popping. Any sort of story pops into my sphere of watching, I guess. Like the story about Matt Pat talking about YouTubers' rights, or whatever, creators, what you call it. And I got that news like maybe a few weeks ago, and I was like, huh. Well, I guess that happened, so yeah. And I was like, after the fact, I was like, wait a minute, this happened months ago. What? I'm my God, It's not that I'm old. I feel old, and my brain works slowly. Like again, I feel like 2020 happened last year. Like I know it happened 5 years ago. It's been almost half a decade, but boy howdy, it doesn't feel like half a decade. It feels like 2 days ago that I was doing nothing at home for 6 months. And I'm genuinely kind of baffled at the realization that it has been 5 years since 2020. And that is the moment that I realize, man, I'm old. I feel so old. And again, I have to preface this entire video by the fact that I'm not old. I'm not old by basically any means, if you can believe it, considering how I feel. Not old at all. And I genuinely felt just sitting there and being like, man, it has been 5 years in 2020. The big 2020 was 5 years ago. It's been half a decade since COVID, and I'm like still baffled about that. And it is still affecting us a whole 5 years later, which is kind of expected, because if it didn't last 5 years, what the hell kind of pandemic was it? Like, for every good pandemic should have effects that last for decades upon decades. That's just what should be. So yeah, I really felt old just for the past few days, especially when I was making my Discord, which again I didn't succeed at. I have no Discord. I have no other social media whatsoever. So it took me. It completely didn't work. It was just sitting there and being like, "Man, what the hell? How did this work? How do you do? How does this work? Like, how do you make an account?" And I'm genuinely, well, I guess I would just probably just ask maybe some maybe ChatGPT or something like that, and just get the answer. Maybe just do what you do on the internet and search it up. Do the hard work, how we did it in ye olden days. In my time, none of that new age stuff where you just pop the question in ChatGPT and gives you an answer. None of that. I will do it the old fashioned way, the ooga booga way of mashing the keyboard on Google and just spending 2 hours on it and just finding the results. That's how we did it. If you don't know, you youngins, how real men did it in ye olden year, that's how we did it and found our damn answers. Spending like 2 days on it. Man, it's great that ChatGPT exists. That's one hell of a great invention. I mean, not the copyright problems that are happening on the massive scale. That's obviously not good, but everything else is serviceable at best. And so yeah, that's really all that I have to say. I feel really old, and yeah, I think I'll feel older as time goes on, because boy howdy, we live in a fast-paced world. And so yeah, that's about it. Bye.